This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel.
Coming up this half hour, the Hooters Tour is at Seneca Golf Course in Louisville, Kentucky for the Collins Pro Classic. Jack O'Keefe makes a big splash in the land of the rising sun. We'll take a look at early week activities, and we're going to turn a page in the Hooters Tour scrapbook. And we'll crown another champion. All of that's coming up next.
Hi, I'm Jill from Hooters Restaurant. I'm their promotions manager. Please stay tuned for more professional golf. Lee and Kim will be right back with first round highlights.
Our girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best naturally.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to This Week on the Hooters Tour. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Briel.
We're at beautiful old Seneca Golf Course back here for our third time. A lot of tradition, a lot of history about this golf course. We're here for the Collins Pro Classic, a great golf course to play golf on, and our guys have had a tough time all week long, and the story will unfold. But again, a lot of history here.
A lot of history. This is our third trip in here. The first year, Craig Perks won. Last year, Steve Flesh, a fiery young player, came in and he won. And I tell you, Lee, you're going to see those two names up on the leaderboard before the week is out.
Yeah, their names are real prominent. And speaking of prominence, when we talk about this golf course, Gary Player sort of made history of a personal nature back in 1958. He won the Kentucky Derby Open on this very same golf course, and for it he got $2 grand. Our winner this year is going to get $15 grand, and he also got a racehorse. So a lot of tradition, a lot of history, and 7,000 yards of tough golf course. Now, early in the week we had some interesting activities. Monday at Seneca Golf Course, and there's a good representative group of players from the area for the 10-spot qualifier. The magic score is fired by a pair of players, Ken Postlewaite and Kurt Sanders. Those two put 1 under par 71s on the board. Again, they claim medalist honors. Here's a look at those that made the field to that qualifier. Meanwhile, trick shot artist Buddy Dimling gave the crowd a good lesson in how to hit all kinds of shots with all kinds of clubs in his exhibition.
Two-shot penalty for hitting him. Let's see what we are here, Kevin. My goodness. Minus 21, 22, they're now minus 26 total. And I'll tell you what, when I came over here, Bill Long, the representative for Pal Joey Golf Company, said, whatever you do, don't lose the long drive contest. And I'm going to tell you what, at a minus 26 inches, I don't intend to.
That's good.
Okay, buddy, you're the best. The Pro-Am on Wednesday at the Collins Pro Classic is always a big success. There's a star-studded list of celebrities, and more than 175 amateurs took part. Now, the shot making, while not consistent in the Pro-Am, does at times pop some eyes. Now, just take the putt of one Denny Crum. If you recognize the name, he's the University of Louisville basketball coach, and he's fair with a short stick. Great putt, Denny. We're always glad to have you take part in our event. Denny, too, is a big supporter of the Hooters Pro Golf Tour.
Always a pleasure to be involved with Hooters, and it's a class outfit. And you know, this tournament is it's just something I think that I wish they could have them in every city in the country, because there's enough good players that they could staff them. I mean, it's great.
Another guy who loves the game of golf is former heavyweight boxing champion Jimmy Ellis. Like Denny, Jimmy is playing for his second year in a row, and he found a few good shots. He stayed out of the woods most of the time. Jimmy Ellis, like Muhammad Ali, is from Louisville, and he's one ex-champion who's not trying to make a boxing comeback against Ali or anyone else.
Ali, he done beat me before, you know, but me and I, we're still good friends, but I wish that he could box again, you know, but he's not in condition. But my boxing days are over, and now all that boxing that I did, it's over with. But all the guys that I know, I'm still good friends with them, and we just go on about our business, you know. But boxing is something that I do love, you know.
But you do get to Hooters.
Oh yeah, I get to Hooters, yeah, I get there.
And speaking of big hitters, nobody hit it bigger in the long drive competition than David Mobley of Charlotte, North Carolina. He hit it 308 yards to claim the first place check of $300 provided by the ADT Mid-American Auto Auction, sponsors of the long drive competition. Now, the RMD Group owns the Hooters restaurants in this area. They also hosted a Meet the Player party on Monday night, and they had the pairings party there at the DuPont Square on Tuesday night. Both of these activities give the people from the area a chance to mingle with the players, and everybody had a great time at Hooters.
Seneca Golf Course. There's 3 things our Hooters Tour professionals have learned this week. The course is tight, it's long, and the rough is long. Head golf professional Eddie Tyree.
Welcome to Seneca Golf Course for the Hooter Collins Classic. Here at Seneca, we have a course we'll be playing 7,000 yards. The first 5 holes are the real test to start with. Even par after 5 will be a good start. We also have 2 signature holes, number 11 and 16. Number 11 is a par 4 with a creek that runs down the left side of the fairway and wraps around the green. The hole will be playing 420 yards. Also, number 16 is a long par 3. A mid to long iron will be used to hit a small green with a creek and bunker on the left and trees overhanging the green on the right.
You have met him several times this year, Jack O'Keefe from Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, a few weeks ago, he went over to Japan to take on the best rookies in the world, and Jack became the International Rookie of the Year. Jack O'Keefe of Little Rock, Arkansas is definitely a quiet sort of fella, except when it comes to making a lot of noise with his golf clubs. Take a recent trip to Japan where he played in the first ever International Rookie of the Year tournament. Jack entered the country quietly. He had his dad with him, all expenses paid, of course, and the two had a good chance to do some bonding while Jack went about the business of making noise with his clubs.
We had a great time. They treated us really well, and it was great for him to be there to experience it as well as me.
Now, as that script was written, it called for Jack to win. He did. He beat the top rookies from Japan, the U.S., and Europe.
I was a little nervous on the first tee the first day, but I got off to a good start and shot 68 the first day, and then it makes it a little easier the rest of the way in. But I played real steady, and I feel real fortunate. There were 4 good players there, and I was lucky to come out on top.
For his efforts, Jack got checks totaling almost $75,000. Now he's young, but roommate Mike Schwartz says Jack is plenty good enough to get the job done.
He's young, but he's got a lot of experience, and he's a really fine player. The only influence I may have had on him is just helping him with his preparation for rounds, and that's the only place I've really helped him out.
All of this is not bad for a kid that didn't pick up a golf club until he was 14. Early in life, he just wanted to be a baseball player. Now Jack's turning into the best young player in America. How's he going to keep that quiet?
When we come back, we'll show you some of the better golf shots hits by our Hooters Tour professionals early in the week.
Hi, I'm Cindy from Hooters Louisville store. Coming up, more birdies and more eagles on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
A couple of pivotal holes here at Seneca Golf Course is the par 3 8th hole and the par 5 15th hole. With the help of our Hooters Tour professionals, Lee Moore takes us to those two holes.
The defending champion for the Collins Pro Classic is Steve Flesh. He's from Union, Kentucky, out of the University of Kentucky. And the sweet-swinging left-hander is a good bet to repeat this week. Now he's going to have his hands full, though, since 167 others are going to be trying to get to the winner's circle also. Now, the circle will begin with a look at some good shots early in the week. Thursday and Friday are setup days, and it's time for photographer Zeb Garrison to get the cameras around some of the action holes. Let's zip on over to number 8 and watch some of the players nail birdie with great tee shots and fine putts to finish off their efforts. Kim Rogers from Mooresville, North Carolina, has had more than his share of good shots. Watch this effort at the same hole right now. Hole number 15, and Terrence Miskell shows us how to make some tricky little putts. It's another jackaroo shot of the day, and Terrence is getting warmed up for the weekend. Brian Contact, whose company is known as Mule Management's going to drop in a birdie putt in this group with Terrence. Scott Sterling. Now let's hear from you at 15. This is on the first day. He's going to use a good approach to make his birdie. Michael Emery is going to use a nice chip to end with a birdie at 15, and before the day is over, he's going to be our co-leader. Another Jackaroo barbecue sauce smooth shot is registered by Chris Behrens. Chris is going to make birdie at number 8. Nice going, guys, for the shots. And while we post the Thursday leaderboard, you fellas get some rest and get ready for a big Friday here at the Collins Pro Classic.
Things went well for me today. Made some putts when I needed to keep the round going. It was kind of an interesting round because it all started, well, I birdied my second hole. I started on 10, and then when I got to 14, I rolled a 5-iron for eagle. So it kind of kicked me in, and made 2 more birdies on that side and turned in 31.
I'm not sure whether or not I got a lesson over there, but again, 2 holes that could figure prominently in this golf tournament this week. Now, Kim was at hole number 7, and that's another hole that I think the guys are going to use maybe to springboard their way to the leaderboard. Kim?
Hole number 7 proved to be a popular hole for the Hooters professionals. We captured quite a few birdies with our Hooters cam. Here, Jack O'Keefe. O'Keefe really playing well this year. He'll card a birdie 4. Gary Emmons of Houston, Texas makes a shot of the day on Friday, also here at the par 5 7th hole. This approach sets up an even better birdie putt. Nice playing, Gary. And finally, some more approaches for the true golfing fan. Brad Lehman first. Lehman from Louisville, Kentucky. He's having a great tournament. And next, Kent Jones, a gutsy player from Carlsbad, New Mexico. And finally, Greg Parker of Plantation, Florida, and a graduate of UNC Chapel Hill. All these guys making birdie 4 on the par 5 7th hole.
So that gave you an idea right there of early in the week some outstanding shots. Sean McKeel hit a lot of outstanding shots, like when he shot a 65 and collected some of that naturally fresh bonus points money.
I mean, it's my lowest round of the year by 3 shots, I guess. 68 yesterday, I had a couple of those. But, all the courses that we've played so far this year have really not really catered to me. I mean, I have not been hitting my irons close to the hole, and 69s and 70s aren't going to win any tournament out here, anywhere. And I think I was finally glad to get to a golf course that's challenging, that maybe eliminates a few people. I've always felt that I played better on tougher golf courses, and this is certainly one of them. And it does surprise me, though, that I shot the score that I did today.
It's time now for one of our favorite segments of the show. To date, we've met 45 of our Hooters Tour professionals. Now it's time to take one to meet 5 more.
Hi, I'm Courtney Brisson from Dublin, North Carolina, member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Hi, I'm Chris Jorgensen from good old Blaine, Washington. I'm a 1995 member of the Hooters Professional Golf Tour.
Hi, I'm Bill Faith from Bakersfield, California, a member of the 1995 Hooters Professional Golf Tour.
I'm Bob Frazier from Selma, Alabama. I'm a member of the 1995 Hooters Tour.
Now, stick around because when we come back, we're going to take you to the interesting action in the money rounds 3 and 4. Also, you're going to meet our Jackaroo Player of the Week.
Hi, I'm Kim from Clarksville Hooters. Coming up on Prime, more Hooters Professional Golf.
Oh my gosh, it's a little chimp. Oh, he looks like a little person.
They're really not.
Look how smart he is.
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him.
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
After 36 holes of play, our leader was Sean McKeel, and we said that he had a 65 on Friday, which set him up to be our leader.
Yeah, and then a strange turn of events because Steve Flesh, the winner last year, made up 8 shots on Sean, and that made for an interesting Saturday.
Corey Bowman of Springfield, Missouri, started Saturday's round 6 back of our leader, Sean McKeel. Corey quickly picks up a couple of strokes to par with this Eagle 3 on the first hole. Bowman will birdie hole number 7, and he'll post a 2-under par 70 and will be 4 strokes off the pace heading into Sunday at -7. Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia makes birdie on the first hole. That moved Rob to 7 under par. We'll pick him up again on hole 7 where a birdie 4 gets him to -8. McKelvey, in his best showing so far this year, shoots a 69 and sits 2 strokes off the pace at 9 under par. Courtney Brisson of Dublin, North Carolina, started the day 5 back of the lead, but steady playing carded a 4 under par round 68 and moves Brisson into second place at 10 under par. Steve Flesh of Union, Kentucky, won here just a year ago. The lean left-hander is aggressive and likes to finish in the winner's circle. Flesh seen here birdieing hole number 7. 2 holes later at the par 4 9th hole, Flesh goes to 10 under par for the tournament, 2 under for the day. Flesh birdies again at the 14th hole. Now at 5 under for the day, 12 under for the tournament. And at 15, Flesh birdies again, moving to 13 under par. He'll lose a couple of strokes coming in, and he'll finish the day with a 68 and our leader after 54 holes of play. Looking down the leaderboard, Courtney Brisson is 1 back with Rob McKelvey 2 back at -9. Don't count out this next group, 3 at -8, all capable of producing course records. Tim Straub of Orchard Park, New York, Spike McRoy of Huntsville, Alabama, and Andrew Morse of Needham, Massachusetts. 4 back include a group of 5, John Stanley of Mayfield, Kentucky, Corey Bowman of Springfield, Missouri, Brian Gorman of Chula Vista, California, Brad Ott of Louisville, Texas, and Sean McKeel of Cordova, Tennessee, who was our leader after 36 holes. This week, we turn another page in our Hooters Tour scrapbook with Brad Ott from Louisville, Texas, and it's brought to you by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce. Brad Ott doesn't have a 15-year-old resume profiling major junior championships. In fact, Ott seemed to be more interested in soccer, tennis, and baseball, while his buddies Brandon Knight and Ren Buddha were beating balls religiously.
They were actually my role models when I first started. They were so much better than me. They just whipped me pretty good, and it told me how far I had to go and how much work had to be done. And I just, at first, I just strived to be as good as those guys because I had never really played it all. And I, throughout high school, it really started catching. I started doing pretty good. I won a few tournaments, and I started becoming competitive with guys like that, that were a little bit ahead of me, and I could see myself catching up. And it was just real funny how Brandon and Ren had always motivated me whenever I was younger.
If time is truly the healer, then that explains why Ott is now on his way. At age 25, this Texas Tech graduate has made it through second stage of PGA qualifying school in both 1993 and in 1994. This year, he's 12th on the Hooters Tour money list with just over $17,000. And he's also added a win on the South African Tour.
It's just a lot of believing and a lot of work, I guess. And I guess winning those two tournaments and going into Africa, and I played with some guys over there, and I start realizing I'm as good as a lot of the people. And whenever you feel like you can beat other people, that's when you finally do, get a chance to win. And if you win, it's just, a little icing on the cake. But
well, perhaps the old saying, winning breeds winning, has given Brad Ott the confidence to believe in Brad Ott. How fiery a player is this young man? Well, he won in Monroe this year, but after he found out that his first round 10 under par wasn't the Naturally Fresh Foods low round of the day, Brad didn't take it lightly.
When I heard that he came in, nothing against Ricky, I think he's a great player, but it really made me angry to know that I went out and played my best golf and someone played better. It's.
You shot like what, 62?
I shot 10 under, and someone beat me by a stroke. And when you do something like that, it really hurts your ego because you think that when you do play your best, it should be better than everyone else's.
So after 3 rounds of play, our defending champion, Steve Flesh, moves back to the top of the leaderboard. Let's take a look now, though, at how it all ended on Sunday. Bogey bogey is how the scorecard's going to read after his first 2 holes. Spike McCroy of Huntsville, Alabama, had dropped a 6 under par for the tournament at this point, but he would light it up with 5 straight birdies. Now, we go to hole number 4. A birdie 2 is going to move Spike back to 8 under par. He's going to birdie 5 and 6, and here at the par 5 7th hole, he'll get the birdie. Spike is now 11 under par for the tournament, 3 under through 7 holes. A par at number 8, and then his birdie 3 at number 9 to turn at minus 12. At the par 5 10th hole, McCroy's going to drain this putt for a birdie, and he's our leader at 13 under par. His 9th birdie of the day came here at the 15th hole. Spike's going to get it to 15 under par with his 7 under par round of 65. He's going to be crowned our champion at the Collins Pro Classic in Louisville.
I knew that I needed a good round on Sunday. I had myself in position. I've had myself in position 4 times this year and just played terrible on Sunday. Finally, you get yourself in position. I said, let's just go out there and have fun. Well, we had fun. I tell you, it was a blast after those first 2 holes, making 5 in a row and then 3 in a row on top of that. That was a special feeling.
Kyle Flinton of Tempe, Arizona made an excellent run at the title. He tied the existing course record with an 8 under par round of 64. He's our Naturally Fresh Foods low round of the day winner.
Played extremely solid today. I made about 3 putts that probably dictated the whole round today. On 4, I made about a 8-footer to save par, and then I birdied 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, and parred in. Played really, really solid the last 2 days. Had 3 birdies yesterday and no bogeys, so hitting it well.
So Kyle's going to take second place at $8,500 with his minus 12 score.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big taste from a big place.
Lee, this is our second year in a row that we've had a points championship race, and this year Naturally Fresh Foods has put up $250,000 for our Hooters Tour professionals to go after.
Yeah, first place is $100,000. Last year Ricky Smallridge won it. Right now there's a real battle going on. The players get points by order of finish, so you got to be around for the weekend, the final 36 holes, to pick up points in order of finish, and then you can also pick up a point with low round of the day. So again, the pros are going after $250,000. Well, Kim and I are going after the next tournament we're going to be coming to you from on This Week on the Hooters Tour. We thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next week. So long, everybody.
This Week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants, delightfully tacky yet unrefined. By Bud Light, it won't fill you up, never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Naturally Fresh, preservative-free salad dressing, sauces, and dips. And by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, big taste from a big place.
Call the Hooters Merchandise Catalog at 1-800-961-2231.